am joined by one of my favorite authors, so we'll try to get through this without another fangirl moment. Kaylin Hunt, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today.
Thank you for having me.
And so I stumbled upon Kaylin. She did a book, like a little mini series with one of my other favorite authors, Octavia Grant. And when I looked up Kaylin, I saw that you were from Detroit, and I was like, huh. And so I was like, oh, but sometimes authors might move away. They might not be here just because they're from Detroit. And then when I found out that you were still here, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to have to get into this. So Kaylin, what was your thought process getting into the 725 files?
So 725 files came about because Octavia and I we are in an online book club, ICU Reading and Chatting together. And we just so happened to find out we had the same birthday.
Oh my God.
725.
Okay.
So one day I write they have something called Freestyle Friday every Friday, and we basically just write short stories off the fly.
Okay.
So after one of my short stories, which was like a snippet of what's in Highway 725, Octavia kind of sent in my messages like, hey, you want to write together? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then that's how the story just came about.
And when I read the first one, I was like, he kind of deserved it because, you wasn't where you were supposed to be, where you were supposed to be there. And then it kind of just took a turn. Like when I kind of got towards the end, I kind of felt like that daughter was not going to let that go. I was like, I don't know, because she's holding a grudge. And, they talked, I was like, I don't know, but he was okay with it at the end because he knew it was coming.
He knew it was coming.
Kind of deserved it. And then when I read Flight 725, I'm not a big flight person. So I was like, yeah, if that was me, I would have been done for it. I would have been curled up on the floor or whatever. But the fact that she had like these premonitions, she's like, something's wrong.
She shouldn't have been on the flight.
Right.
Like she knew.
Follow that first mind.
Exactly.
Like women are gifted with intuition. And sometimes you might be like, oh, that's not, you better listen because that will keep you out of trouble. That will keep you out of any and everything that's not meant to be. And when I didn't really put two and two together until I kind of got like towards the end when she was kind of investigating everything. And I was like, oh, this is tied to this. So I said, okay, well, that makes sense. 725. And so it was just an amazing, even though it was a short read, it really grasped you. And I read both within like a day just because it was so much of like a page turner and like the details and the storyline. And like how it was similar but then different, even though like both books compared, were together. And so what was the writing process like when it comes to dual authors?
So for us, it actually works out really well. For us, it came out that we kind of just do it in tandem.
Okay.
Octavia would write a couple chapters. She would give it to me. I would read it, and then I would write a couple chapters, and we just lobbed it kind of back and forth and fed off each other's energy.
That's amazing. And you would think because with both of you guys with so many like ideas, you would think like, what kind of is the writing process? When it comes to like trying to stay within the realm of what the other person is doing and saying. But I will say that you guys brought that together beautifully. It was amazing. And so for Highway 725, that's in pre-production for it to be on film, correct?
It is.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
I adapted it into a screenplay, and I also work in a space. I work with Tam Telling Tales. I'm one of her producers, and she does a lot of interviews with local actors, directors, and all of this. So I kind of was like, I want to write a script. And once Highway 725 was done, I was like, this is going to be it. This is going to be the one. So I was like, I'm going to make a movie. And I'm one of those people that if I put my mind to it, I'm going to get it done one way or another. So we are in pre-production. I'm doing fundraisers. I'm having a murder mystery dinner as a fundraiser.
Okay.
It is May 16th. And tickets are on Eventbrite.
And it's in Belleville.
It's in Belleville at the Harlow House.
And it's just amazing when like I get to chit chat with authors, just because it's like I'm kind of an author in a way with journalism because, we write the scripts and everything behind the scenes. But it's totally different when you can dip into like that creative world where there's really no rules and you can kind of just like do whatever you want, have the lay of the land, make up characters, do whatever. And like I even tell Octavia, like when I do my reviews on Instagram, I'm like, girl, are you okay mentally? Because it's like just the thought process that has to come with creating these characters and like this storyline is just amazing, like to try to get in y'all head a little bit just to kind kind of see. So what motivated you and got you into writing to begin with?
I have always liked writing and making up stories, even as far back as middle school. It's just one of those things that actually it was like a stress reliever for me. It was, I would journal and stuff like that. So it was one of the things that I just did. And I do like stretching stories and making up things and stretching people's imagination, or not staying in a box and being typical with what you think is about to happen. So I enjoy doing that part of writing, just to surprise people.
Which you're doing a great job at.
Thank you.
Now, even though you are an author, are there any particular genres that you like to read when you're not in that writing space or just want some you time?
I mostly gravitate to fantasy and paranormal. Like that'll be the first thing I go to. But I read pretty much everything except nonfiction.
You're like, there's no imagination in nonfiction. So no.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've seen a lot of people talk about fantasy, and I think that's one genre that I have yet to get into. But I have to, because I don't know if I told you this story, but like I've experienced paranormal. So it's like, maybe I should kind of compare and contrast a little bit and kind of dive deeper into that world. But like my top would be like, it's kind of a tie between thriller and horror. I love a little bit of romance. I'll sprinkle in there when I kind of want to break. But too, I need to be like on the edge of my seat, trying to put together like who's doing this, or who, if somebody's killing this. And I think what makes it better is because I can visualize everything that I read. So it's almost like, which I found out a lot of people cannot do, which is very interesting.
And I think that's weird.
I know. It's like, do you not have an imagination? Like, what, are you just reading words? Like, you're not picturing anything. And it's like,
see it all.
Yeah, it's like a mini movie. And I feel like that helps you when you're reading. It makes it more fun because you're visualizing what you're reading. And when I found it out, I was like, oh, that sucks for you. But Kaylin, is there anything else that you're working on coming up soon, other than, like the pre-production for these two?
I'm working on, so my last release, Splitting Souls, which is a thriller, I'm working on the sequel to that.
Okay.
Because I got a lot of inboxes and I've been threatened. So
book lovers don't play.
That will be next, coming out, and I'm working on a fantasy myself, because I don't like to stay in a box. I write all over the place, so I like challenging myself too. So that's what's up next.
I have a question.
Yes.
So real quick, when you're making this movie, are you making it for like Tubi? Are you making it for Sundance? Like, how are you making this movie? I mean, just which one? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for all of it, but I plan to, I'm putting together a movie for production, and whether it goes to Tubi, whether we can get it to Sundance, I'll be happy for that too.
Yeah. Or even Broadway, anything, as long as it gets like on a stage or a screen somewhere, because I think it's a really great story, and it should make married men think.
Oh, it should.
Think before about how all your actions have consequences. There is a thing called karma.
Hey.
And well, you're married. Well,
yeah.
You need to read this. I'm telling you. So I'll let you borrow it. So you need to read it. So Kaylin, before I let you go, is there anything else you would like to say to our fellow book lovers or fellow readers out there?
Keep reading. Enjoy the books. We love you. And we appreciate everyone that reads. And thank you, Sydnee, for having me on. I so much appreciate it.
Of course. And when I sent when I first did the review and you responded, and I was like, oh, like it's always good when you have authors that like respond to your reviews and are like very active with their readers, because it's very rare. Like sometimes you have to go through like multiple publicists or multiple avenues just to try to book somebody, which I understand, but it's like, it's nice when it can be personable. And it's like, okay, I got a buddy now. Like, I know Kaylin.
But we appreciate reviews so much. And I love when I see reactions from, readers. And so I always try to respond and show my appreciation too, because you took the time to read and review it, and that's something that we need. And so I do appreciate that. So I do try to respond when I see reviews online.
And then you never know, viewers might have like quick little ideas that you can throw into your next story.
Yes.
So that's why I think it's really good when you have like authors that are within the community and they're like responding or they're checking comments or whatever, because as long as like, as great as it is for us, it's also could be a tool for you guys
It is.
for like your next project. So Kaylin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You don't know how much this means to me. I can't wait to post this on Instagram. And thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.